Hi, His Nibs here, and this time just a quick little video on the Monteverde Poquito fountain pens, which with my vast bilingual knowledge has some relationship to little. Now if I can only find them on my desk, my messy desk, here they are. Okay, let's take a quicker look. Little quick look. Thanks. Okay, here we have a look at the four color versions of the Poquito fountain pen. We have pink, turquoise, stone gray, and a chrome flighter version. Now the turquoise and the pink have a slightly iridescent lacquer finish to them. The stone gray is a matte finish, and of course the chromed flighter version speaks for itself. These little pens, and to emphasize that they're little, here it is next to a mid-size Delta Parthenope. These little guys measure 3¼ inches capped. I think this one will show up a little bit better. 3½ inches capped. 5 inches posted, which is certainly a comfortable size for writing with when posted. And even with the cap held aside, the 3¾ inches is usable for most people. The pen says on the rear of the cap, Monteverde Poquito. Has the Jaffa mountain logo at the top. A little chromed button at the rear of the barrel. And the distinctive Poquito cap top, which if you're at all familiar with the ballpoints that have been in existence for many years, that has the same design. Now the pen comes with one nib size, which Monteverde calls a medium. I would refer to it more as a typical fine medium, sort of in between the two, and says Iridium Point, Germany. So an IPG nib for those of you who know that designation. And unscrewing the section from the barrel it shows you nothing, because there is no included converter. Each pen does come with a short international cart, and even the Jaffa Monteverde mini converter won't fit. However, I have found that what will work is the Bantam squeeze or pump converter that I sell on the His Nibs site, and these are $5 each. So if you really want to fill this with bottled ink, this will work. And it fits just fine. So pink, turquoise, stone gray, and the chrome flighter version. A neat little pen that's really going to fit anywhere, and is similar in size actually to the Lambataus that I carry, the Pocket Rocket and Space Arrow. And let me see if I have any of those handy. Okay, here's a Lambatau Pocket Rocket, which actually is even smaller capped than the Poquito. And let's post both of these guys. And they're just about identical in length when posted. And then I also have on the site the Space Arrow, and I can't lay my hands on that at the moment, but if you take a look under the Chinese pen section on his nibs, you'll see both the Pocket Rocket and the Space Arrow, which are also mini pens. And it's a neat little writer. Really very comfortable to use when posted, but because of its diminutive size will really fit anywhere. Okay, since we last met, two major things have occurred. One, I was able to find a Lambatau Space Arrow to show you and compare to the Poquito. And the second thing is I got ink on my hands. Occupational hazard, believe me. So this is the Space Arrow from Lambatau, with its, shall we say, homage to the Parker Arrow clip. And it's certainly shorter than the Poquito when capped. When posted, however, it's a little bit longer. So again, the Pocket Rocket, which I showed you previously, and the Space Arrow are both by the Chinese company Lambatau and can be found under the Chinese pen section on hisnibs.com. So I thought I would show you the filling of one of these little guys with the use of the Bantam pump or squeeze converter. And since we have this turquoise finished pen here, I had the amazing inspiration of choosing Monteverde's turquoise ink. Incredible, isn't it? As I said, these Bantam converters will fit with no problem. When a pump or squeeze converter is this short, I find it quite difficult to get much ink in the converter. It takes a lot of work and can be a little messy. This ink on my fingers is from the fact that I hadn't cleaned the cap of this bottle previously. Anyway, just to show you what the process is, like with any ink converter, you want to submerge the nib and a bit of the section so that you get a a closed seal in effect beneath the level of the ink. And then again, this is short, so it's going to be a little bit messy. You're probably going to touch the ink in the bottle. Some people do quick squeezes, others do slow squeezes. Everyone has a different technique with these little converters. And again, it's never going to fill fully. And personally, I find it more of a mess than I usually want to deal with. Although I'm not a huge cartridge fan myself. So what I'll often do, if you happen to have a private reserve cartridge filling kit or something similar from another company, although I carry the private reserve on my website, then it's a simple matter. See, we didn't get much ink in there. I didn't get much ink in there. It's a simple matter to just fill the converter using the cartridge filling kit. And let's close this up before we have a further accident. In any case, so this is an option. Since it's the only option, there's no other converter I've found that fits. Something you might want to consider and either go through the somewhat messy procedure of using this very short squeeze pump converter to fill with ink or partially fill with ink, or use a cartridge filling kit with a syringe to fill it up with ink. Anyway, let's take where's the cap? Here we go. Let's take a quick writing sample with this. And this is the Monteverde Poquito. What is this? It's a fountain pen. There we go. And I'm using Monteverde turquoise ink. And as with all pens, whether I send to customers or use for myself, I always make sure that the nib is properly aligned and adjusted before I use it, which I did with this one as well. And consequently, it's a very smooth writer. If his nibs says so himself. So here you have the Poquito fountain pen in turquoise with a Bantam squeeze converter inside, and you just may be satisfied in using a short international cartridge instead. You're definitely going to get more ink, and these can also be refilled with bottled ink using a cartridge filling kit such as the one from Private Reserve. There you have it. The little Poquito, somewhat redundant, fountain pens from Monteverde. Where will you hide yours today?